people, Makaya here, back with another video. If you're new, welcome. If you've been around for a while, welcome back. Either way, let's just take this day by day. In today's video, I will be sharing my pole journey with you all and possibly a few tips and tricks and stuff. So if you're interested, stay tuned. I started my pole journey 2 years ago in August during the pandemic. I was in and out of a toxic relationship. I was in a state that I technically had little to no friends in. So I felt very alone. And being in the house during that time made me feel even lonelier. I was going through depression and just a lot of negative feelings. I was losing my self-esteem, my confidence, and I was falling out of love with myself because I wasn't being loved by other people. So just very lost, just very, very lost. My priorities were all over the place and I couldn't think straight. So I was like, how do I ground myself? Find a hobby. My first hobby was YouTube, but when I was in that space trying to find myself again, I didn't want to be on camera. I tried, didn't really work out because I just wasn't passionate about it. I was like, I need something new, I need something fresh. I need to revive myself, literally. So I was debating between learning how to DJ and pole dancing. As someone that's been active in track and field and soccer, just in general, I needed something that would keep me moving, but I definitely wanted something that involved music. When I made this decision, you guys, I decided to go all in. I bought a $900 pole, the stage pole by X Pole US. And I did that because one of my biggest pole influences danced on this pole for Summer Walker during Summer Walker's tour. And Summer Walker's music was something that got me through the tough times that I was experiencing alone. So it was kind of like a sign. Waiting for that pole was so suspenseful. I was so excited though. So when it finally got to the FedEx Center and I was able to pick it up and set it up, I was in love. It was like love at first sight. I loved it because I had high ceilings at the time and no pole that I could find was tall enough and slanted. Like my ceiling was kind of like, So yeah, that was perfect. The height was great. I felt very comfortable using it as my first pole. It has two modes, static and spin. So static is just when it stays still. That's what I started with. I did not turn my pole on spin mode until maybe like the 3rd or 4th month. With it being set up in my space, you know, the comfort of my home, I started promising myself that I would dance for myself before I did anything for anybody else. Because with me being in the military and whatnot, I was waking up and just getting ready for work. I wasn't doing it for me. Like getting up, eating, getting dressed, like that was the norm. It wasn't really a treat. I said, I need to reward myself for getting out of bed because there had been so many days where I just wanted to lay here and not do anything, not eat, not talk to anyone, not even open up the dang blinds and curtains. I just wanted to stay still. Rewarding myself first thing, waking up, was everything. Like it just set my mood for the day. I loved it too because I was able to pick my own music and just kind of zone out. So that self-love started building up, that confidence started coming back, finished my contract with the military, moved back home. But between then and moving back to the DMV area, I also met friends through the pole community. Now I have friends that pole in California, Arizona, Las Vegas, Nevada. Like there's people on the West Coast, there's people on the East Coast, and I was able to go out to California and go to like a pole party at the beach. Never would have thought to experience something like that. I was able to go to like one of my dream pole studios. I was able to go to a pole convention. I was able to go to pole meetups. They continue to happen. Like these events aren't stopping. And now that I'm in the community, like I'm in it. I love it. I'm addicted, literally. Which is why you see my second pole behind me. I could see myself buying 2 or 3 more just to get different finishes. There's a whole science behind pole dancing, but there's also a whole science behind buying a pole. This is a chrome finish. My other pole is a chrome finish as well. but that's a topic for another day. I could talk about that all day long. I feel like with me being so interested, I do look up information and I do ask questions. So if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. So yes, the journey started out with me just trying to find myself again and getting comfortable with my body. With those low times, I was losing weight, but with pole and me realizing I needed to take care of my body, I started gaining weight again. I do have a few videos about my weight gain journey on my channel, but yeah, I went from that to me wanting to get better, me worrying about my form, if my arms were engaged the way they needed to in certain moves. So I'm like, wow, I'm taking this pretty seriously. I was like, okay, I know there's competitions. Like, I forgot to mention, I went to a pole sport organization, like, competition. There's so many possibilities in the pole community, but okay. I was like, I can compete or I could teach. So I feel as though I'd probably start working towards a certification to be a teacher in spin pole before I start competing. But some of my new pole friends have competed and I'm like, wow, if she can do it, I definitely can do it. You know, like we did doubles together the other day. Like with the whole depression that I keep referring to, my joy was really taken away. So to just be able to reclaim Micaiah is refreshing. Granted, if you're interested in pole dancing, the reasoning behind your why doesn't have to be some heart-wrenching reason. You know, it doesn't have to be as emotional as mine, but I will admit most of us have resorted to pole because our feelings were hurt, because we felt as though we weren't seen, you know. So whatever your why is, if you're thinking about it, just go ahead and try it out. Go to a class. If you wanna buy a pole like I did before even attending a class, wow. I don't think I attended a class until my second or third month. Whenever I started getting comfortable with spin pole is when I started attending online classes. So yeah, if you would rather start at home, online classes are very affordable. It just depends on the instructor, of course. Since I've started traveling, which I need to be sharing more on this channel, I will try to find a pole studio in whatever state or country I'm in. The last country I went to was the Bahamas and they had a studio. I wasn't able to go. I think their classes were booked, but it's like just having that option is amazing. I went up to Boston and I went to a class. Keep in mind though, certain studios will require you to know certain moves or to have attended previous classes before you just jump into their intermediate stuff. So call, you know, talk to someone, talk to a representative before you just try to sign up for something. But yeah, as far as sharing my journey, I feel as though this is the most comfortable I've been trying to share it. Initially with the toxic relationship that you're talking about, that person didn't want me on social media at all. So when I said that I was going to share on my main Instagram page how I'm doing and how I'm progressing, they were not very supportive of that at all. So I deleted that page. But as I started growing again and realizing like this is my life, I can do what I want, I made a new Instagram page and it's strictly pole content. I don't promote it. It is a public page because I love tagging artists, I love tagging producers, because I know it's not only about me, it's about the music I'm connecting to, respecting creatives, you know, that have moved me. Some people just still don't understand that this is my therapy. I just want to share my art. I literally feel like Mona Lisa on a pole. That might sound corny, but I've never felt so beautiful. I've never. It really is emotional though. I could literally feel the growth when I'm moving through the air. These aren't like sad tears trying to fall down my face. They're just like, I'm proud of you, tear. I'm proud of you, Micaiah. Like, it's allowed me to reassure myself, like I'm no longer looking for validation. Like, it's all about me. There's nothing but positivity that has came out of it. Granted, have I gotten a few pole kisses? Yes. Let me see if I still have one. I'm learning that if you just bump into this thing without intention, it's going to hurt you. If you know that you are not comfortable going upside down and you don't have a crash mat below, you will hurt yourself. So there's, you know, some safety hazards that go with it. A lot of people forget to check their poles before they pole. You really should be checking it each session. I love doing that. But yeah, you want to make sure it's not going anywhere, because if you are spinning and you are doing all these moves and transitions, you want to be safe. I fell twice. I was by myself, but to stop that from happening again, I do practice on static first, and I try to practice low to the ground before I take it up and start doing things aerially, and before I put it on spin, if I can help it, because I will admit spin is my favorite. Going through this journey, because I plan on poling until I can't pole anymore, I do have new goals. I'm wanting to become more flexible. I bought yoga blocks the other day. What? Like, you're trying to get your oversplit, girl? What? Yeah, I want to be flexible. I want to be able to get into more difficult moves as I move up, and I get better. I could talk about pole all freaking day, so I'll just stop there. Shout out to everyone that's just also supporting me in this journey that I'm on. I encourage you all, if you don't have a hobby, to find one, and find one that you love, because it makes a world of a difference. Hopefully that was enough information for now. Hopefully that made sense. I do not mind making another video like this if you all are interested. So yeah, leave any comments, questions, concerns you have in the comment section below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.